Vegas Scoreboard Express, Saturday and Sunday morning at 6 on KSHP North Las Vegas, FM, AM, K29, 6HP North Las Vegas, and KSHP.com.
You're listening to the boss of the big bar.
You are rocking with the hottest. Put your hands up for the boss. The Mix Master is live. Get ready. Got yourself a gun. Your mama always said you'd be the chosen one.
Tuned into the VSX Digital Sports Network.
Gonna shine. Under a bad sun with a blue moon in your eye. Woke up this morning.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball.
Your papa never told you about
JP the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express.
Under a bad sun.
Giving you that grease.
Waking you up, woke up this morning, blue moon in your eye, time to turn your clocks back and turn your wallet up. It's time to get that money. JP the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express, live here, KSHP 107.1 FM, AM 1400, Sunday football. We're all the way over in Deutschland. Shout out to my niece, Jamie Lee, over there in Deutschland. The NFL is making it happen. Got my two main guys on the line with me this morning. Yes, Ron, Third Down Best Bets, co-host, digital contributor here at VSX Sports Network. Follow him on Instagram at RaiderHawk1. Good morning, Ron. How you doing?
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm doing fine, man. I'm waking up early this morning to give you guys the grease, putting cash in your pocket. Got a college football recap with you. And guess who's here early with me? My main man, Jeff Dawson, East Coast Sports Investor CEO. We're going to be breaking down this NFL today. A lot of money to be made. We crushed the book yesterday. The dogs are barking. We told you where the money was at. Good morning, Jeff Dawson.
Good morning, JB. How are you?
Doing great, my man. So glad to have you here on the line with us again. You guys are rocking with me, JB the Ticket, every Saturday and Sunday morning, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., waking you up. You guys got to turn your clocks back an hour. Get that extra hour of rest because the NFL is early this morning, 6:30 game time over in Germany. The Miami Dolphins are on the road today. Also with those Kansas City Chiefs, rotation number 451, Dolphins +1, -105 on the money line. Rotation number 452, Kansas City Chiefs. These guys are, it's basically a pick 'em, -115 on the money line total. Over and under is 51, and we're going to talk about it when I get back from this short commercial break. You guys keep it locked here and keep rocking with that Sopranos theme song from Alabama 3. It's time to wake up early and get that money.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball. JP the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express.
Yeah, you know it. Just can't help yourself, yeah. Wake up and smile. Woke up and smile.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball.
Got yourself a gun.
JP the Ticket.
Got yourself a gun.
Giving you that grease.
Kick off the football season with Drizzly.com. Score big with your favorite drinks delivered right to your doorstep. From ice cold brews to game day cocktails, we've got the perfect lineup for your football gatherings. Visit VegasScoreboardExpress.com and click the Drizzly. Now let's get the party started. Drink responsibly. Must be of legal drinking age. Delivery and availability may vary. Skip your cable bill this month and join the action with JB and Fubo TV. Get 7 days free, 15% off your first month. No credit check, no deposit, no installation hassle. Go to FuboTV.com/JB.
Sign up, download the app, and start watching games.
Enjoy being a subscriber after the first month. Easy cancellation anytime. Regional restrictions apply. Sign up at VegasScoreboardExpress.com.
You're tuned into the VSX Digital Sports Network. You're listening to the boss of the big bar.
If you have money, you can buy anything.
JB the Ticket.
More fire, more heat.
Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that grease.
JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express, back on the line with you here. Got my main man, Ron, Third Down Best Bets. Are you on the line with me, Ron? Go ahead.
Yes, I'm here, sir. Ready to go.
All right, I got them all back on the line with me. Jeff Dawson, East Coast Sports Investors. Had a little bit of phone issues here. Vegas Scoreboard Express, giving you guys the grease, telling you where the cash is at. We're going to give you a quick college football recap from yesterday. We were telling you where the money was at to put it in your pocket. So glad you guys were stopping by the big board with us yesterday. Do a quick recap. My main man, Ron, Third Down Best, is here with me to do that. Also, Jeff Dawson, East Coast Sports Investors. Let's get into my dog of the day. I told you to take them in the points. Jacksonville State. These guys didn't get you the money line, but they held tough at South Carolina. I'm pulling up the score right now. I think it was like 28-38. These guys were able to pull out some cash. Talk to me about what you saw yesterday. Ron, Third Down Best Bets in this game. Are you a believer now when I tell you smaller conferences can put cash in your pocket, especially in these weeks where teams are matched up against each other and you may not know the difference between the two? Go ahead.
Well, when we talk basketball in the NCAA, we look for that in the tournament every time. So it's definitely for play in here right now. There's a lot of small schools that have done good this year, and they are just waiting to just knock people off and give them a money's worth.
Yep, telling you.
Yesterday was a whole example of that. They played tough. They earned my respect yesterday. That's a good little team.
Very, very good.
Building a good little program there.
They're doing really good, man. I'm telling you right now, in college football, couple of disappointments. Want to talk a little bit about what we saw yesterday out of Colorado in the late game. 4-5 now, officially a losing record, losing to number 16 Oregon State, 26-19. This was a game we didn't go over, but I felt that it was important to talk about this morning. Again, you're listening to the boss of the big board, JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express, here in Las Vegas, 107.1 FM and AM 1400. I'm going to throw this at both of you guys because in college football, there has been a lot of hype to start the season off with a lot of teams. Another game we gave out yesterday, dog was barking. We told you to take those Clemson Tigers. We were probably the only show in the nation that told you to take Clemson at home. They were able to get you the money line over Notre Dame. So we're going to talk first about Colorado and then the implosion of Notre Dame as well. These are two teams that we expected to be going a lot further, especially with Colorado in the Pac-12. Ron, we're going to talk about the buzzsaw they ran into this year with that conference, and unfortunately that conference is breaking up. One of the best years of football that they've had in that conference. So remember, I talked about those resume teams that are moving to different conferences. That really has expanded into the play. So I'll go ahead and talk to you about this, Jeff Dawson. I'll let you touch on it as well. The Colorado football team has really just imploded, man. It is what it is. And I talked about this with you, Ron, in the pregame. The issues that they had with a lot of the hype, a lot of the talking. We talked about that Louis luggage possibly needing to go over to one of those, eBay authentication situations. Because, I mean, it looks like American Tourister. I'm seeing a team that really started having their issues with the Colorado State game. When Colorado State came in and started calling them out for some of the antics and the online things that they were doing, which brought them a lot of attention, and they were living up to it for the first three games. But that particular game, losing Travis Hunter in that game, getting injured, and then it was downhill from there. Last week, they got robbed at UCLA, literally robbed for those watches and jewelry that they've been showing. So it's just been a difficult situation for that football team. And one of the things that I've been realizing in the Pac-12 and with a lot of these other conferences that are bringing in new teams that are moving conferences are playing a lot better than teams that are staying. But let's talk a little bit about Colorado. I'll throw this one at you, Ron. What are you seeing out there, man? I mean, he threw his offensive line under the bus last week. Clearly the Louis ain't real. Go ahead.
I'm seeing a team that's really playing hard. They're really trying to please their coach, and they just don't have the talent. They don't have the numbers yet. They're injured, and they're wore out.
Yeah.
Everything they're going through with Coach Prime and the news, it stresses them out. They're watching the news. He's got 2 of his kids on the team. You think they're not listening? And they're listening. And his kid opted to be the starting quarterback, and he's a really great player. So, I mean, everything's worn out now.
Yeah.
Everybody's tired of it. And unfortunately for Coach Prime, the Pac-12 is the best conference in football right now.
Yes, the Pac-12. I've told you that's the conference. Yeah,
there's no easy games anymore. There
no
used to
more.
be a couple, 3-4 teams, guaranteed wins pretty much.
Right.
You ain't getting it no more.
Right. When they lost to Stanford too. Remember the loss to Stanford? I mean, like you said, the Pac-12 is very strong. Jeff Dawson, I know you've been chomping at the bit. Thank you so much for being patient. Jeff Dawson, what are your thoughts on this Colorado football team? Because, again, if you've noticed that in the main media, and, again, they always bite off of JB the Ticket, so I'm pretty sure you'll hear more about this later on in the day and into college football this week. Probably even get some of the clips from this show out there. But what do you see with Colorado football? I see a team that came in with a lot of hype and a lot of transfers, and it's hard to gel in 1 year. They had some spark, but I can literally pinpoint the times that I saw the cracks in the armor. I worried about that defense from week 1, like I said, with TCU. Couple lucky strikes, ball goes here and there. The offense was very basic. I figured after a couple weeks, teams would figure it out, and they did. So, Jeff, your thoughts?
I think you have to look at it as a glass either half empty or half full, and I think you both are spot on. Don't forget, Prime took over a team where he basically replaced the whole team. He might have kept like 6 people, and they came in guns a-blazing. They come in with a couple wins, a 1-win team last year. So when you get out of the gates and you shock the world and beat TCU, then you beat Nebraska, it's eventually going to catch up to you when you got to play at Oregon, then come back home and play USC. And as Ron was stressing this, they're kind of running out of gas. They are banged up. They are nicked up. They don't have the athletes to compete to the best conference in the country this year, and it's the Pac-12. Usually you have a couple layups. They haven't had these layups of late. And it's one of these, if they can just get a win or 2 more and get a bowl game, it will be an amazing success story and great for Dion and Colorado, who are now moving to the Big 12 next year.
Man, oh my goodness. In my opinion, it's going to come down to the transfer portal. Coach Prime has already said it if you follow some of the articles and things that he puts out. High school football recruiting really isn't what it used to be. You get players who've got experience from that transfer portal. So hopefully they can do a little bit better. Let's talk about this Notre Dame team. Oh, yes, this morning I'm waking you up because these are some teams that are getting off my betting board. It's late in the season. I don't like seeing losses like this. Talking about Notre Dame yesterday, losing to Clemson. Now, this was a dog that we did give out, and we told you to take Clemson in the dog. Nothing wrong with that, but it was an absolute beatdown. And when you go into the season with Notre Dame not being able to score in the fourth quarter, college football playoff is pretty much out at 7-3. I've never would see or expect to see a 3-loss team in a college football playoff. If they can even maintain top 25, top 20, right now they're ranked number 15. Losing to a Clemson team like, yesterday, my main man Ron, Third Down Best Bets, and Ronnie B in Las Vegas. Shout out Ronnie B, Las Vegas. They told you that Clemson was the dog. So let's talk a little bit about Notre Dame, this Sam Hartman thing. We thought that he was going to be in the running for the Heisman Trophy. He's proved to be pedestrian. I'll throw this one at you, Jeff Dawson. Clemson, their season's pretty much over, right?
Yeah, and you know something? It was a perfect, I don't want to say a perfect spot for Clemson. I mean, Dabo's been getting crushed. The problem with Dabo and Clemson is ego. It's his way or the highway, and he hasn't accepted today's NCAA and the transfer portal.
Right.
Well, this Notre Dame team who came in back-to-back weeks put up over 100 points. We talked about Sam Hartman. Clemson had 4 key injuries, no Shipley, but they out-physicaled Notre Dame, and they ran the ball. They played keep away. And Hartman at the end actually had a couple opportunities to come down and tie or win the game. Came up short. That was a bigger loss, obviously, for Notre Dame, because that win would have probably got them into the January 1st day and the big bowl games. Now 3 losses will probably have them outside looking in.
Yeah, they'll probably be in the Outback Bowl or something like that. Let's talk about another team that I told you to take yesterday, my Texas Longhorns. They were able to get it done. They're a 1-loss team right now, number 7 in the country. Texas beating Kansas State, number 23 team in the nation, 33-30 in overtime. We're on third down, best bets. What did I tell you about that quarterback? That young man, I told you that was going to be the key. That was going to be the key. And the Longhorns, their backup quarterback, Malik Murphy, has shown why he most likely will be battling for the starting position for the remainder of the season while they're waiting for their particular starter to get back. But I don't see any reason why to bring him back. Malik Murphy did play a good game yesterday, got the first touchdown like I told you they would. That was a prop bet. So going forward, Texas, possible national championship team. I'll throw this one at you, Ron, third down, best bets. Go ahead.
No, not really. They have defensive issues. I mean, they're not USC, but they still have some defensive issues that'll keep that mapping.
And I'll go that same way with you. Texas, do you think they have a possibility of getting to that college football playoff, stepping it up, and maybe going to that national championship game? Jeff Dawson. And then when we get back, we're going to jump right into this NFL. Go ahead.
At this point, it's a popsicle headache. We need a show on top of a show. Even if they cheat and face, let's say, a 2-loss Oklahoma or now an Oklahoma State team, I think the Alabama Crimson Tide, who lost to Texas, if they cheat and beat Georgia, would get in. I think Texas, it's leaking oil.
Oh, my goodness. He said Texas is leaking oil. He said they're burning up down the road. When we get back, we're going to jump right into this NFL. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. College football recap. We're going to have college football Saturday, week 11 next week. Waking you up early in the morning, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. Remember to turn back those clocks, get that extra hour of sleep, and we'll be back in about a minute or so to jump right into the picks for this essential pick'em in the NFL. They're talking about those Miami Dolphins all the way over in Germany. Rotation number 451, plus 1.5 on the spread. Pick'em on the money line. You tell me. Rotation number 452, Kansas City Chiefs. No Taylor Swift today, guys. You know, I never talk about it, but I mean, it's just got to the point where it was like, is this all they're going to talk about with Kansas City? I'm trying to get some information here, but minus 1.5. Any shout outs before I take this short commercial break? Throw it at you, Ron. Third down, best bets. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got 2 quick ones. 2 big fans of the show, Jared Garcia and Frankie Hill, skateboard legend. Big Raiders fan, supporting the show.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Jeff Dawson as well. Go ahead.
Shout out to my wife, April Dawson. It's our wedding anniversary today.
Oh, well, congratulations, wedding anniversary. As long as you've been married 5 years, consider it 1,000. And I also want to give a shout out to my main man, Scotty Beebam Up Webb. Not going to be here in studio with us today. He's taking a sabbatical. Get better, Scotty. And Scotty told you, no one really talked about it. But again, shout out those Texas Rangers winning their very first World Series. Scotty Beebam Up Webb told you about a month ago to stick with the Texas Rangers, ride them through the MLB playoffs, and they would get you paid. So again, Scotty, we're rocking with you here. Thank you so much for your contributions. Can't wait to have you back. So when we get back from the short commercial break, we got to jump right into this NFL. It's getting ready to start. 6:30 in the morning on the West Coast. You got to wake up early with JB the Ticket to get the money.
You're listening to the big boy. JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that grace.
For the grinders who rise before the sun, the predators who stalk the odds, the winners who demand an edge.
You're listening to the boss of the big boy, JB the Ticket.
Listen every weekend, Saturday and Sunday from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. to Vegas Scoreboard Express live on KSHP 107.1 FM and AM 1400 as I unleash a barrage of insightful analysis, expert predictions, and winning strategies from the sharpest minds in sports betting to get your money back from the sports books. Go to jbtheticket.com and tune in to KSHP this weekend, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. to win with the Sharps. JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express. All money, all sports, no bull. Miss the live show? Subscribe to Vegas Scoreboard Express on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, and wherever you enjoy your favorite podcast and radio listening.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball.
You are rocking with the hottest. Put your hands up for the boss.
You know, on the day I was born, JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that grease.
That's right, I'm back at you, bad to the bone. JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express, waking you up early in the morning, giving you these NFL picks to put that cash in your pocket. Got my two guys on the line with me, Ron Third Down, Best Bets, East Coast Sports CEO Jeff Dawson. We're jumping right into it, guys. These guys are over in Germany talking about the NFL, Miami Dolphins, and the Kansas City Chiefs. You guys can watch these games live on Fubo TV. Go to FuboTV.com/JB. And I'm going to give you 15% off and 7 days free. I tell you every single week. Again, thank you for those who are signing up for that and saving yourselves money. And for all of you out there not doing that, and there's a reason it's called Cox Cable, people. Again, waking you up early. JB the Ticket, rotation number 451. The Miami Dolphins are on the road all the way over with the Kansas City Chiefs in Germany. That 452 is the rotation number for the Kansas City Chiefs. Both teams with 2 losses. Kansas City right now, they are just a surprising team. Huge loss last week to the Denver Broncos. Hello! Horses got away from the Chiefs, but the Miami Dolphins, we talked about it a couple of weeks ago. They don't really have good wins against good teams. And they've been throwing a lot of ducks the past couple of weeks, but when you go from a spread perspective, 6-2 against the spread, this game is essentially a pick'em. It's a neutral game, no home field advantage. I'll throw this one at you, Jeff Dawson. Game time, it's kicking off in about 2 minutes. Where's the money at real quick? And to make a pregame bet, go ahead.
There's some late heavy money flying in on the Dolphins. I'm currently looking right now at the Circa Las Vegas. The Dolphins are now officially -1. You were spot on, JB. No signature wins. People remember the loss at Buffalo, the loss at Philly, and here comes Kansas City, who had won 6 in a row. An awful game in Denver. So the world thinks initially Kansas City can't lose 2 in a row, and I think Miami is definitely the play today.
He's telling you take Miami early. That should be able to get you paid. Again, the game time starts in about 90 seconds, folks. Get over to FuboTV.com, download the app, sign up on the website, and then you recreate your profile on the app. You can watch the games, plug it in. Kansas City, when you say to yourself, this is the team that, you know, dominant. They're the new dynasty, if you will, in football, best quarterback in football, and Pat Mahomes. But outside of that, they've really have been able to kind of keep the train going, if you will. It kind of reminds me of the Patriots back in the day, how you had a star or two and then you moved a few people around. But I don't really see much more star power out of that team than Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes. And that's something that kind of worries me a bit, because I'm like, well, there was a plethora of stars a couple seasons ago. Many of them got traded away. Shout out to Mecole Hardman. I think he got traded back from New York. I think New York put him back in the box and sent him back to Kansas City. So that's kind of a reminder or a refresher. But who's going to be able to step up outside of, say, a Travis Kelce or Patrick Mahomes kind of doing his thing? Who are the offensive stars there? We've seen some running back issues. You know, they had several guys over the seasons just aren't there. I'm just noticing a lot of milk carton guys. I'm looking at the roster and I'm like, okay, I saw them lose to the Lions in week 1 on Thursday night. So I'm just trying to figure that out. I'll throw this one at you, Ron Third Down, Best Bets. Go ahead.
Well, because the Chiefs finally invested in their defense, and that's what nobody's talking about, and that's why I'm taking the Chiefs today. They have a good defense. For the first time in years, they're solid, and they're shutting people down. And that's why a little bit of their offensive firepower went away, because they spent money elsewhere, which they needed to do. Remember the name Rashawn Rice. He's going to be your bust-out guy, and I'm hoping today it'll be today. This kid's really good, and he's just waiting to have the line on him. Kadarius Toney's still there. I don't know what his deal is. He started off good and just fell apart. So you're right. They need that. He needs that second guy to come up and step up. They haven't replaced Tyreek Hill. That's the bottom line.
Well, let's talk about that. Tyreek Hill playing his former team today. He's been tearing it up for the Miami Dolphins. I'll throw this one back at you, Jeff Dawson. From the perspective of some of these prop bets, some of this fantasy play, is Tyreek Hill going to get double teamed all day? And with the opportunity for the Miami Dolphins to essentially come in, they're going to have to bring out a lot more, if you will, firepower on their offensive side of the ball. We saw them get that one game for the 70 plus points that they scored, but then after that, it's been kind of pedestrian. And I think that Kansas City, as you talked about with that defense, Ron, third down, will key in on Tyreek Hill. Do you think he has a big game today, or is this going to be one of those wake-up calls for him? Maybe he's going to try to link back up with Miko. Go ahead.
Double team, triple team, quadruple team. He's uncoverable. He is just the cheetah for a reason. You just watch him, whether you try to bump him off the line, whether you got, safety help, they'll find a way. Daniels, offensive coordinator, genius, getting these guys into space. It's all about timing. Even if it's a little 5-6 yard slant pattern, he'll have the right side to just take off and go. I kind of like that, JB, that kind of Tyreek Hill revenge game. They still have Jalen Waddle on the other side. They have Mozart. Jeff Wilson's back. Hopefully in a week or two, A-Chain will be back as well. But it's one of these, he's either going to beat you deep or he's going to beat you by 10,000 paper cuts underneath. I see a robust 7 for 139 and maybe 1 or 2 touchdowns potentially this week.
Wow, he's telling you that is where you go. If you can get the prop bet over on Tyreek Hill, take it. Take a look at our book, Prop Bets, over at BetUS. Use offer code VSX125. That's offer code VSX125 to give yourself 125% bonus. Let's jump into some of these other games that are going on. Miami Dolphins just kicked off about 3-4 minutes ago, and this is a game that another tight spreads. The key here this weekend, guys, are tight spreads. Rotation number 453, the Minnesota Vikings, +4. Great Thursday night win last week. Great Thursday night win. I was listening to it when I was on the road. +163 on the money line. Totals 37.5. The Atlanta Falcons. Do you think that these guys can possibly get it done at home today? Rotation number 454, -4, -190. Kind of some odd money there on the Atlanta Falcons. Looks like the sports book is trying to do some trapping. Jeff Dawson, go ahead.
The loss obviously of Kirk Cousins with the blown Achilles. They did make a power move and get Josh Dobbs. He will not be starting this week. They'll be, rolling in. No Fran Tarkenton either, JB, for all your old timers like us. So it's a game that the original number was Atlanta -1 with a 41.5. I'm seeing 3.5 and even 4 right now at South Point and DraftKings. I think Atlanta's going to be able to run the ball. They've made the switch to Taylor Heineke. Ritter will still be on the bench. You got Bijan Robinson. You got Algier. No Drake London this week. So keep an eye for your prop guys. For a guy by the name of Hodgkins, look for him to step in and maybe steal the show. Hodges, maybe even a Kyle Pitts touchdown prop as well. But I think Atlanta gets it done at over a 41. I see a 24-17 game, something like that, JB.
Telling you right now, it is a tough situation for the Minnesota Vikings. Let's talk about that a little bit. They didn't pay Kirk Cousins. He's already hurt, okay? Season-ending Achilles injury. They didn't give him an extended contract. They've gone out and picked up off the scrap heap from the Arizona Cardinals, and then the guy doesn't play. Minnesota, do they have any chance? Throwing this one at you, Ron, third down, best bets. Total is 37.5. Jeff is telling you it could be a little bit under, maybe a slight over if you get the 37.5, the hook. Maybe buy it up or buy it down. Sounds like a ticket blow up to me, man. The Atlanta Falcons and the Minnesota Vikings. Personally, I'm off of this game, but there are some people out there that want to know about it just simply because they want to get some money line value today. And the dogs are all on the road. They're not giving you really any home grease. So Minnesota, Ron, do you think they got any chance today without a Kirk Cousins?
Well, I never like to say no chance, but I don't like their chance. I mean, Atlanta's really starting to build something. Taylor Heineke is not a bad quarterback. Washington should have kept him. He really wasn't bad for them. Atlanta's defense is very good. They're not getting any respect. They're very good defense, and I don't see Minnesota being able to move the ball with a rookie quarterback. They don't have Justin Jefferson. They really can't run the ball anyway. So I just don't see this being pretty for Minnesota. I think it's going to be Atlanta. I think it's going to stay under. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game.
So you said you think it's going to go under. No dog barking, telling you to take the Atlanta Falcons. Again, guys, when we get back from the short commercial break, Ron, it's going to be time. We're going to be talking Raiders. The new look Raiders are back on the field today. Jeff Dawson, I want you to hang on the line. I'm going to be bringing on a couple of next secret guests for you listeners out here in Las Vegas. You want to keep it locked here. JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express, waking you up early in the morning each and every Saturday. And, of course, this Sunday with these NFL picks. Miami Dolphins, Chiefs have got the ball. They're at Deutsche Bank Park out in Germany, and it looks like the Chiefs have already scored a touchdown. So there you go right there. Total in that game is 51.5. Guys, in-game betting before we take this short commercial break. Jeff Dawson, what do you see? Chiefs have already gotten on the board. Quick.
What do I see? The Dolphins going to come back and score, and it'll be 7-7.
Ron, third down, best bets. Your thoughts? In-game betting. Do the Dolphins get that quick score? Go ahead.
They do, and Travis Kelce comes back and it's 14-7.
There you go. He's going with the Chiefs. You guys lock on the line with me here. JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. We're having fun on the big board today. A lot of money to be made. When I get back, we're going to keep it with the grease. Grab your bankroll. Let's beat the line.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball, JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express, giving you that grease.
Skip your cable bill this month and join the action with JB and Fubo TV. Get 7 days free, 15% off your first month. No credit check, no deposit, no installation hassle. Go to FuboTV.com/JB. Sign up, download the app, and start watching games.
Enjoy being a subscriber after the first month. Easy cancellation anytime. Regional restrictions apply. Sign up at VegasScoreboardExpress.com.
In times of war and peace, the men and women of our military dedicate themselves to serving our country. We salute those who have given their lives for our country. Their sacrifice will never be forgotten.
This salute is courtesy of Mac and Grill Cheese Factory, serving our area with quality and pride. For a fantastic meal, stop by 1331 West Warm Springs Road in Henderson, or call them at 725-214-4140. That's 725-214-4140. Mac and Grill Cheese Factory, on the air reminding everyone that we live in the land of the free thanks to our brave.
The best choice for convenience, comfort, and value, My Place hotels are ideal for both short-term and long-term travelers. The rooms at My Place features pillow-top mattresses, microfiber bedding, and a variety of soft and firm pillows. All extended stay rooms offer their own kitchen, which includes a full-size refrigerator and a cooktop. On-site laundry facilities are also available for extended stays at pet-friendly My Place hotels. Book your stays online at myplacehotels.com. My Place Hotels, St. George and West Jordan, Utah. Make My Place your place.
Kick off the football season with Drizzly.com. Score big with your favorite drinks delivered right to your doorstep. From ice cold brews to game day cocktails, we've got the perfect lineup for your football gatherings. Visit VegasScoreboardExpress.com and click the Drizzly. Now let's get the party started.
Drink responsibly. Must be of legal drinking age. Delivery and availability may vary.
You're tuned into the VSX Digital Sports Network.
fire, more heat.
This mix is ready.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball.
Vegas Scoreboard Express.
Back at you live, JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express, telling you where the money is, giving you the grease. NFL is making it happen over in Germany, Deutsche Bank Park. The Chiefs are already on the board, 6-0, first quarter. Trying to bring it back with you. Got my main men on the line with me, Ron Third Down Best Bets, VSX digital co-host and sports contributor. Follow him on Instagram at RaiderHawk1. Brought him on the line back with me today. He said, I need to get into the pot of grease. My main man, Ronnie B, Las Vegas. One of the VSX Sports handicappers. Good morning to you, Ronnie B.
Good morning, JB. How are you guys this morning?
Doing great. Well, we got one more fan on the big board. He's our contributor, Snowman in the morning. Brian Snow, all the way out in Indiana. Good morning, Brian. Glad to have you back.
Good morning. Glad to be back.
So glad to have you guys here. You guys are rocking with JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express, live on 107.1 FM, AM 1400 here in Las Vegas. So we've been talking about these Las Vegas Raiders. Guys, we got a new coach. They listened to Uncle JB. I got my hometown New York Giants coming out to the West Coast today here at Allegiant Stadium, -1.5. The New York Giants total 37.5, 37.5. Low total in this game. There finally looks like they're going to start Aiden O'Connell. We talked about this, Aiden O'Connell. Very important for the best preseason quarterback to get a shot, and it is a time for the Raiders to start winning right now. They're 3-5. Season looks pretty bleak. Okay. About 8-9 more games left. Can they get into the playoffs with a wild card? Do you think that there's any possible chance that Antonio Pierce, he's got his old team coming to town today to make a statement and say, look, we may not have done well this year. We may have wasted too much time on the dink and dunk. We may have wasted too much time on that homemade Patriot way that they were trying to cook up over there. But now they're gone. Got rid of that jazz. What do you think is going to happen? I'll throw this one at you, Ron, Third Down Best Bets, because I know you've been chomping at the bit all week. Go ahead.
We're going to see Raider football today, not Mick Raider football like we've been seeing.
Go ahead.
These guys are so relieved. They're happy. They're excited. They are thrilled. And they're all believing in Aiden O'Connell, which is what he needs as a rookie. His team loves him. And you're going to see some good football today. None of this nick and knack and thinking and making stupid penalties. And it was ridiculous. We had no leadership whatsoever on the field. It had to happen. And thank God it happened.
There you go. Guys out here.
Thank you, Mark Davis.
Mark Davis, there you go. Shout out Mark Davis. And this is what I want to talk about as well. Mark Davis is a championship owner. Shout out those Las Vegas Aces, back-to-back WNBA championships. So he's got an organization with 2 trophies sitting there, and that football trophy case is looking mighty bleak. Again, Brian Snowman in the morning, good morning. Brian, I'll throw this one at you today. Rotation number 469, the New York Giants are here at Allegiant Stadium. Rotation number 470, the Las Vegas Raiders, -1.5. 2-1 at home, decent home record. Everything else is looking a little shaky. 3-5 overall, 3-4 against the spread. Whatever. New York Giants are a dog today that I don't think is barking. I think Animal Control is going to be on patrol. These guys are 2-6 coming in here. Just a terrible team across the board. Dropped the ball on me. We took them off of our betting list. Brian, with the change with the Raiders today, you think that's going to be enough for you to put some money on them? Go ahead.
Nope, and I'll tell you 2 reasons why. Misuse of Devontae Adams and misuse of Josh Jacobs.
That is true. That is true.
Refuse your 2 best weapons a chance to really get involved in the offense. Forget the dink and dunk. What happened last year when they gave the ball to Josh Jacobs and Jacobs would run through everybody? Have you seen the way Josh Jacobs has run the ball the last 3 games? He's been timid because he doesn't know when he's going to get the ball. I think this Giants team is barking as an underdog. And unless Josh Jacobs gets you 150 yards, they're staring another L in the face.
Man, telling you.
New coach. But listen, yes, they have a new coach, but do they keep the same philosophy? There's your question that needs to be answered at 4:25 today.
There you go. Ronnie B, Las Vegas. You're here in Las Vegas with us. You saw the change last week. You were with me this summer when I was talking to you personally about some of the things that I saw over at Allegiant Stadium. Again, they haven't mailed me any tickets. They haven't given me any invites. I'm the one giving you the grease. I'm the one giving you the coverage here, telling people to bet on you. We told you that Aiden O'Connell was the guy. Here's another guy that they're using wrong. Michael Myers, man. Halloween came and went. No mask, Michael Myers. I told you this guy needs to be getting the ball down in the red zone. He was lights out for Notre Dame last year. 6'5", 240, and they're using this guy as a freaking pass blocker, okay? He needs to start seeing some touches and open up that offense for tight ends a la a lot of these other teams. Ron B, here in Las Vegas, New York Giants or Raiders? Go ahead.
Well, I'll tell you what. The game, I'm excited for the Raiders to have a new start, a new beginning. I think it was overdue. As far as wagering on this game, I'm taking a pass on this game. I'm going to watch it and see what comes out of the gate with this. We're putting a rookie quarterback back there. He's going to be excited. We'll see what the adrenaline does. But as far as putting any finances on this game, I'm going to pass and watch and see what develops.
That's it. Ronnie closed the door on it again out here in Las Vegas. The total 37.5. Jeff Dawson, I know you've been chomping at the bit to talk about this. The New York Giants. Let's not forget, everybody's, happy that the Raiders are still a 3-5 team. We know the offense stinks. Okay, we know that. Misuse of a lot of weapons. I mean, did you see that dink pass, that duck that died in front of Davante Adams last week? Okay. And Aiden, we love you, but no more red zone interceptions. No more of that, okay? I'm telling you right now, these are two dogs fighting. This is a dog fight. This should be a pick 'em. Jeff Dawson, rotation number 469, New York Giants, coming all the way out here to Las Vegas. Are they going to get sent back home with another loss, going to 2-7? And talking from their coaching perspective, is it maybe time to look at Brian Dable, maybe to say, you know what, this ain't working? Go ahead.
I could have saved the 702 area code a lot of headaches and hassles 2 years ago. Al Davis and the Raiders of Las Vegas didn't pick up the phone. No one reached out to me. I mean, I live 45 minutes from Gillette. I know what you're going to get with the Josh McDaniels experience, and it's not pretty. So usually you get an uptick with a new coach. Davante Adams now happy. Maybe they'll, as you said with Mr. Myers, at tight end, using him correctly, maybe they'll use Hunter Renfrow correctly as well. And, the Giants defense has played a lot better the last 2 weeks. The return of Daniel Jones as well. Saquon Barkley, no Darren Waller, put on the IR. I think it's going to be a close game. First one to 2021 win to this game. Slight lean to the Giants. I see this at that 21-17, 21-20 type game, JB. Late field goal walk-off.
Late field goal walk-off, so that means we got to depend on Carlson. But again, shout out to the Raiders. Home game, new head coach. I want to talk about this a little bit, Ron, third down best bets. I got up this morning, saw an article in the New York Post that said the hiring of Antonio Pierce was a bad move for the Raiders. It was a disgrace for the NFL. What? I don't like to see stuff like that. All money, all sports, no bull. JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. Not going to get into the political side of it, but from the hiring of the coaching perspective, you're talking about a former Super Bowl champion as your head coach. In the open market, probably would have cost you a lot more than what you got from hiring inside the house. And again, he's going against his former team today. There's not much to do for the record. They could go to 4-5, maybe squeak out 5-5 the next couple weeks. Wild card's a long shot, but I told guys early on in the season, Raiders, you got to get to the playoffs. I don't care what you do, okay? You just got to get there. I don't care if the special team scores all your points. I don't care if the defense scores all your points. Give me some pick six. Give me some fumble rumbles. Give me something. Ron, third down best bets. Do you think Antonio Pierce is the guy?
I do. I like the choice they made. I think he deserves an opportunity. And nobody's talking about it, but I like Champ Kelly getting a job as GM. Champ Kelly, he knows his stuff. We have a good GM now. I like Champ Kelly. He's very widely regarded in the NFL circles right now. So I like where he's going with this. If he does the job, he may get the job. I mean, after letting Bisaccia go, a lot of fans want the interim if he can get this.
I know. That was bad. Maybe he'll bring him back. Guys, we're getting ready to take a short commercial break and then come back and finish out the show. Got about 10 minutes left. Let's go ahead and jump into some more of the grease, some more of the picks today. Again, Las Vegas Raiders. I'm telling people, just go ahead and take a money line today. It's -1.5. What are you going to get on the spread? Going into another one, the Dallas Cowboys. Last week, they put some cash in our pocket. They obliterated the Rams, but they're heading out to Philadelphia today. Shout out my main man, Ron, Third Down Best Bets, and his old cohort. Got to get him on the show, man. You got to find this guy, Linwood Hard Rock Hamilton, defender of the youth. Shouting you two guys out because you guys were the first ones to bring me this team and say, JB, look at these Eagles. Rotation number 472, Philadelphia -3. Ronnie B in Las Vegas. I know this is a game that you probably got circled on your list. Who do you like? The -3 Philadelphia Eagles or Dallas? These guys look like you could maybe get them money line with the performance we saw last week with them coming in today at +140. Total is 47. Go ahead, Ronnie B, Las Vegas.
I'll tell you what, JB, I do have this game circled. I'm all over the Cowboys today. I'm going to take the points, and I'm going to sprinkle the money line.
He's telling you take the points and sprinkle the money line. Brian Snow, what do you think? Philadelphia today, do you think Jalen Hurts keeps it moving? Go ahead.
I'm going to tell you to lay the point. It's feast or famine with the Cowboys. When it's a lesser team, they feast. When it's a playoff team, they famine. I got all Eagles all the time. Fly, Eagles, fly, and lay the points.
Fly, Eagles, fly, lay the points. Moving into another game today. Really a late game. It's the night game. Remember this from Damar Hamlin last season. It's a rematch. Don't know if Damar is going to be able to play, but if he gets on the field, what a great story. What a great comeback. Rotation number 473, the Buffalo Bills, +2.5. They're in the dog position today, heading out to Cincinnati. -2.5, rotation number 474. Those Cincinnati Bengals, total is a 50.5. I'm going to throw this one at you, Jeff Dawson. What do those Buffalo Bills got to do to get back on track? Go ahead.
Yeah, we saw last week the return of the real Joe Cool, Joe Burrow, coming off the bye, running the ball. In the calf, no problem anymore. Now, my number had Buffalo -1.5. An overreaction of, we remember what we saw last with the Bengals, now 2.5 all across the Vegas Strip. Buffalo as a dog with Josh Allen has been money, so I bought the hook. I got Buffalo +3, and I also sprinkled some beer and pizza money on Buffalo to win the game outright.
He thinks the Buffalo Bills are going to come back and get the win that we thought we would see last year. Again, shout out all my guys. Thank you guys so much for coming on the show this morning. You hang out for a couple more minutes. When we get back, one more pick, give our best picks of the day, and then we'll get out of here. JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. Got my main man, Ron, Third Down Best Bets, Ronnie B, Las Vegas, Jeff Dawson, East Coast Sports Investors, and Brian Snow from Snowman in the Morning out in Indiana. You guys keep it locked here. JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. We're going to get that money.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball, JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express, giving you that grease.
Skip your cable bill this month. Enjoy the action with JB and Fubo TV. Get 7 days free. 15% off your first month. No credit check. No deposit. No installation hassle. Go to FuboTV.com/JB. Sign up, download the app, and start watching games.
Enjoy being a subscriber after the first month. Easy cancellation anytime. Regional restrictions apply. Sign up at VegasScoreboardExpress.com.
JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express, back at you live. Got my guys on the line with me. We're getting ready to sign off here, bringing you grease, waking you up. Got about 5 more minutes left, guys. Thank you so much for being here with us, making some more picks. Let's jump back into it. Very, very good game today. Another one of these rookie quarterbacks jumping out of nowhere. Let's talk about it. Rotation number 465, Chicago Bears, +9.5. This is the team that the Raiders lost to last week. Pissed everybody off. Got that man fired. Got him fired. Nah, I'm just saying. Rotation number 466, New Orleans Saints, -9.5. Who is New Orleans beaten by 10? Total in that game is 42. Throw this one at you, Ronnie B, Las Vegas. I know that you've looked at some of these odd games. I know you've got some friends out in Chicago that might be able to give us some information. Are the Bears barking today on the road in New Orleans, or is this one of those games that you're off of? Go ahead.
You know what? I'm not going to wager on the game, but if I have to give out any information, I like the Saints here. I think they will cover this 9.5.
Right, the Saints.
I really don't think the Bears on the road is going to do anything about that defense the Saints brings to them today.
There you go. There you go. Jeff Dawson, go ahead. Give me your best pick of the day.
I'm going to go for a team that shocked the world, and I did say last week they would get their first win, and that was the Carolina Panthers. I'm going to go back to the well this week and say Carolina gets their second straight win as they're going to upset the Indianapolis Colts.
Brian Snow, we're going to talk about that game. Rotation number 467. Got about a minute left. Indianapolis Colts, we're talking about them out in your hometown. -2, -131, total 44.5. Carolina, they're on the road down in Carolina today. Rotation number 468, those Carolina Panthers. Jeff Dawson's telling you to take the Carolina Panthers. Brian Snow, what do you like?
Well, I'm not. I'm telling you, take the Indianapolis Colts and lay the points. Carolina got lucky with a walk-off win. They ain't getting lucky today with a team that's been there so many times. As long as they don't turn the ball over, they're good.
There you go.
And lay the points.
Telling you, take the Colts and lay the points. Again, Ron, third down, best bet. Shout out to all you guys for coming on the show this morning. What's your best play of the day? Go ahead.
I like Cleveland over Arizona.
Cleveland over Arizona. Yeah, Arizona just got rid of their quarterback. They traded their quarterback. Kyler Murray's still on ice. It looks like the Arizona Cardinals will packing it in. Go ahead and go against them on any side that you want. Should be some cash. Cleveland -13, though. Might want to buy that down just to give yourself a little bit of a cushion. And then my pick of the day, I hate to do it, but I'm telling you, these are two dynamic quarterbacks, two decent defenses. I think the Seattle Seahawks are going to be able to get inside of the points with the Baltimore Ravens. Rotation number 455. Take the Seattle Seahawks in the points. I don't know if they can get you that 240, but the Baltimore Ravens, it's been feast or famine with them. And at rotation number 456, 6.5 for the Ravens. I might buy Seattle up to 2 touchdowns just to see if I can get some value. But I like them where they are, plus 6.5. Anybody want to give me a thought on that? I'll throw this one at you, Ronnie B. Do you think the Ravens are going to be able to cover their spread, or do you like my Seattle play? Go ahead.
Let's say Lamar Jackson 17-1 against the NFC. That should do it for you.
Oh. Shout out my main man Troy West up in Seattle. Again, go to TroyWins.com. Check out his plays. Go to JBTheTicket.com. Check out our plays. Ronnie B, you've got your pick package on there. Ronnie B is picking 70%. You can check us out on Capper Tech. Just search VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Verified, picking 60%. Got my main man Ralph Sirocco in here. Race day coming on for you. If you like the horses, you guys stay tuned with him. He's going to be breaking down all of the Cup plays. So again, guys, final shout outs. I'll start off with you, Ron, third down, best bets, and then go down the list. 30 seconds. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to mention Hard Rock Hamilton. Let's get his name out there and get that documentary started. Former Philadelphia Eagles.
There you go. Fly, Eagles, fly. He's telling you we love those Eagles. Ronnie B, Las Vegas, final shout outs. Go ahead.
We're gonna give you our best bet today with the Buffalo Bills tonight. Enjoy the game.
Telling you the Buffalo Bills. Jeff Dawson, East Coast Sports Investors. Thanks so much for stopping by. Your shout out. Go ahead.
We're going to go back to our good friend and colleague, Mr. Pop DiBiase. Hope he killed it at the Breeders' Cup over the weekend, so I'll see him soon.
There you go, Pop DiBiase, Prime Wave Media Group, and, of course, finishing out my main man, Brian Snow, Snowman in the Morning. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Final shout-outs, and then we'll get out of here. You got about 10 seconds.
Quick triple play. Take the Bengals on Sunday night, lay the points. Take the Colts, lay the points there. And you take the Eagles and you lay the points there. Check me out at SnowmanMultimediaSports.com. The picks will be starting to appear very soon. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, guys, for getting on the big board. That's a wrap. JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. Go get the money.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball, JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express.